Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got a great story. This is out of the real deal. It's about REITs. It's about real estate. It's going to affect everything. What's going on with the central bank's decision to raise rates? They just raised rates last week, 25 basis points? But it is getting to a serious crossroads right now. The title of the story is Banking on Uncertainty. Tensions are high in real estate. It says First Republic Bank's sale to JP Morgan Chase added to industry angst. It says here, another week, another bank failure. On Monday, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation seized First Republic Bank and sold it to JP Morgan Chase, ending weeks of tumult, I just add letters. Tumult that saw the institution stock plunge nearly 90% the past 2 months. Let me stop there real quick. So we saw the FDIC move in and do this, right? Now the FDIC is on record saying, hey, we're out of money and we're going to need to raise the cost of insurance for all of the big banks. We're not gonna do the small ones, 10 billion and under, we're not gonna do those, but all the big banks, we're gonna raise your rates. So what is that gonna do? Those banks are gonna pass down those rates to the depositor and the borrowers, right? Because they're not going to hit their profits. They want those record profits so that they can give it out in the form of bonuses, right? They're going to get their high pay and all that stuff. So it's going to hit the retail investor right there in the banking fees, added banking fees, right? So that's less money that the investor in real estate or anything really is going to have in their pocket to go and invest and to keep money flowing throughout the country, okay? So we got to remember these little sudden changes that happen are going to have big effects, ripple effects down the road, okay? So that's just my little bit on FDIC. Says the sale to JP Morgan, the country's largest bank, likely includes $103 billion in residential mortgages, some $23 billion in multifamily loans, and close to $11 billion in other commercial real estate obligations. First Republic was known for providing mortgages to an elite clientele and was also a prominent lender to landlords, serving as San Francisco's top multifamily lender in the first quarter of 2023, according to Colliers. So think about this. The city that is imploding more than any other city in the country, that's where First Republic really focused its operations. You know, it's got a lot of money tied up. You wonder why they're collapsing, right? Imploding. Because in the last year, prices have literally collapsed in San Francisco, over 30%. We're seeing sales implode. The amount of home sales that have sold in last year compared to years prior are nothing. And so it's no wonder why First Republic's books are complete as a complete tragedy. Well, check this out. Here's a great quote. They are going to leave a gaping hole in this market in the short term. Brad Largomasano, a Colliers multifamily broker in San Francisco, said, "You're seeing people gravitate toward the Chases of the world." Now Here's the section I like, anger management. Barry Sternlight, the Starwood Property Trust chairman, had some choice words for the Federal Reserve's decision to hike interest rates another 25 basis points. The government is completely screwed up. I had to really emphasize the word screwed. He said, and it's true, because they're not just screwed up, they're screwed, because they're doing this to themselves and they're going to implode. But is that really the plan? You got to think about that. We're seeing banks getting excited and raising money right now for all these homes to collapse in price, and they're going to buy them up and make you renters. That's their plan, right? So you got to wonder, are the banks talking with the government saying, hey, do a bunch of stupid things so this thing implodes and we buy it all, and we'll make sure we kick you down some money. That's how it happens. Sad, but true. Sternlight called the move, which pushed rates to over 5% for the first time in over 15 years. And what happened 15 years ago? The world imploded, literally caused a great recession. The Great Recession, the greatest recession in 100 years, right? The Great Recession. It was because the Federal Reserve did exactly what they're doing now, but it's worse this time. I'm not joking. Bordering on idiotic, as the regional banks are becoming the biggest victims of the government's stupidity. But really, are they? Think about it. So you got these banks failing. They're not really failing because the management just moves over to another bank. The assets get picked up for pennies on the dollar to another bank. Really, who's out? The bondholders, shareholders, right? You think the C-suite execs are getting hit? They're not. It's like right now with some of these banks that are failing, what was it, SVB, First Republic, you're seeing them salted with ex-Lehman Brothers C-suites. You can't make this up. So really, are they losing? No, they didn't lose their jobs. The last time they ran a bank or a financial house into the ground like Lehman Brothers, they're just working another bank, just like Bear Stearns, just like Washington Mutual. It's wash, rinse, repeat. You can't make this stuff up. Now, billionaire real estate developer Ben Ashkenazi also didn't hold back his emotions in a series of text messages he sent to Raymond Giendi. The duo have been engaged in an ongoing feud over a refinancing and capital calls on their co-owned cross-country mall in Yonkers, New York. I bet that is imploding. No wonder you lost and bankrupted your $2 billion business that your dad left you with no debt. And Ashkenazi wrote, according to court papers, you will lose much more with your destruction and business harassment, more than you know. Man, that's pretty heated. I'm going to crush you for damages you have caused me. Holy cow, these are some crazy texts. This came atop of Ashkenazi's calling Giendi a schmuck whom he can't wait to punish. Speaking of nasty texts, Manny Casmino, a Coral Gables commercial broker with One Sotheby's International Realty, is accused of having sent several threatening messages and letters to a married couple who Sotheby's claims in a lawsuit owes Casmino commission on a sale. Wow, see, and think about this. This stuff is getting, criminal complaints been filed as they start fighting and yelling at each other. This is going to get worse in the commercial real estate sector. People are losing their butts right now. You know, it's funny. This whole world has been pumped up on a dream of the last 10 years of these, you know, billionaires that were made in the real estate sector, right? People that literally became a real estate agent in 2010 are now, you know, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but they're really not. They're only worth a certain fraction of the debt that they accrued. And it is literally collapsing overnight. Right now, everything's gone. And you are gonna see people that made their way on Facebook be completely broke and gone, worth nothing. It will happen like that. So what do? You take advantage of the situation. You may not think that you're the next billionaire, but honestly, if you do it right, you get out of debt right now, you have cash set outside, you have inflation hedges like gold, silver, things like that, ready to weather this storm. You have your credit score ready to rock and roll in a good place. You'll literally be able to walk into places. And we're not talking about today, we're not talking about tomorrow. We're talking about like a year and a half, 2 years from now. That's how long it's gonna take, so you have time. That's why I wrote the real estate crash course, 70% off, link below if you wanna check it out. You have time to get ready for this, but you need to be able to see the signs of the times and where you exactly are. Do not believe the narrative. This is literally exactly like 2007, 2008, but way bigger, which means there's more opportunity. It is so easy to take advantage of this, but you have to be ready. You have to be in a clear state of mind. You have to have peace in your heart, patience in your brain, and you have to be able to get ready to pounce, because when this goes down, there is gonna be so much panic. You're gonna be that real estate firefighter running into the burning building as it's going down in price, and everyone's just, get rid of it, get rid of it. And you're gonna be competing with the banks, but there is a way to do it. So that's what I wanna teach you, and that's why I'm so excited about this opportunity. Guys, I thank you so much for watching. The Real Estate Ninja is out.